A story of hope. The anecdote that might just be the very thing that you need to hear to keep pushing and eventually overcome to reach personal growth. I met Mary Jo as my neighbor when I was 5 years old, and I've come to know her as one of the most impressive people that I've ever met in my life. After years of struggles trying to become a parent and being unsuccessful at adopting, Mary Jo and her husband made the decision to attempt in vitro fertilization. Without luck on the first, second, and third rounds, they finally became pregnant on the fourth. However, the struggles were not over yet.
And then when it finally worked, I wasn't expecting to be as sick as I was. So I literally threw up every single day of my pregnancy. I had to wear a scarf all the time around my neck because I couldn't tell when I was going to throw up. It would just happen. And so I had to catch the barf, sometimes just walking down the street. So at that point, I thought I had sort of hit pregnancy rock bottom.
But then, she finds a dot at the bottom of her toe.
Ended up that it was melanoma. This one day started to dry heave because I was going to throw up. I ran to the bathroom, and while I was sitting on the toilet, Alex, I barfed on my stomach, but I had to pee, and I didn't make it on time, so I peed my pants. And then while I was peeing, I was barfing so much, I just leaned over and barfed in the bathtub. But I had to keep my foot elevated the whole time because I had just had the cancer removed from my foot. And I'm 9 months pregnant. And in that moment, I realized this is either the worst thing that's ever happened to me, or it's the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
In moments of struggle, a turning point like this might just be what it takes. Much like the story of Lyndon B. Johnson. In 1927, Lyndon Baines Johnson enrolled at Southwest Texas State College. However, he had to put his college career on hold so that he could earn enough money to continue paying for his college courses. This is where he accepted a position as a teacher at Wellhausen School in Cotulla, Texas, a small town on the border of Texas and Mexico in which he taught a class of Mexican-American farmers.
While he is in Cotulla, Texas at the Wellhausen School, and he sees this injustice with his students, he doesn't just say, well, this is unfortunate. Like you said, they're poorer than I am. They won't have the opportunities that even I thought I would have, and we're coming from two different places. He creates opportunities for them. And so he brings in what we would consider, extracurriculars, debate and sports, and those types of programs to enhance his students' experience.
From the start of his career, LBJ has been driven to attain his ultimate goal, presidency. However, it didn't come very easy to him.
To say that he's resilient and that he has this ability, this characteristic within him, I think that does take him beyond, individual circumstances, and he can see that on that larger scale. So when he isn't selected for a position, or he loses an election, or he's out campaigned, it's not, oh, well, we did what we could. It's what more can we do?
And if courage remains our constant companion, then, my fellow Americans, I am confident we shall overcome.
The stories of Mary Jo and LBJ coming out of countless rejection and denial of their dreams serves as an inspiration to us all, and their attitudes are what allowed them to succeed and accomplish their life callings.
I think a lot of people think that when they fall, it's the end. Oh, well, I fell. That's it for me, I guess. But the thing is every one of us can decide to get back up. And that is one of my guiding principles in life, is how admirable it is when you fall and get back up.
Mary Jo is a writer, speaker, performer, podcaster, director, and producer. She went on to tour in comedy shows, spoke in a TED Talk, took her master's at Oxford in script writing, created her own short film, and the list goes on. LBJ became president in an unfortunate way, but took that as an opportunity to push bills reflecting the values of JFK, including the Civil Rights Act. In fact, throughout just his one term, he pushed hundreds of bills and was constantly on the phone trying to do so. Many of his initiatives are still active to this day.
But I think, his resilience, his perseverance, his dedication, and his stubbornness have served him very well in life because it was so focused on the positive. I think his goals were so servant-hearted, so public-facing, and so community-oriented. I had a teacher tell me, great men do flawed things and flawed men do great things. And I think that's just a lovely way to kind of look at LBJ, is that he wasn't perfect and he knew that. Everything he did wasn't perfect and he knew that, but I think he really tried to be great. I think he always worked towards that. And sometimes humanity is just what we are. We're humans and we have our weaknesses, we have our flaws.
Mary Jo and LBJ are excellent examples of people who have been able to build up the strength and get back up when they're down. But you don't have to be a minor celebrity or the President of the United States to have hope and resilience. In fact, you could just be an ordinary person walking down the street. There are places like Thanksgiving Square that serve as a place for individuals to be grateful and gain a different perspective on their life situations and struggles.
Thanksgiving Square was a place built in the heart of Dallas, Texas, a place built for hope and gratitude. Let's see what someone else here thinks.
A woman named Diane, who I interviewed at the square, said that it was a great place to take a moment to slow down and be grateful for what you have. We could all use a place like this because it's one of the best ways to feel more positively about our struggles and the adversity that we face. Anyone has the ability to have hope and resilience, as it is a part of human nature. Stories such as those of Mary Jo and LBJ and their transparent, hopeful, and determined attitudes can truly help us gain perspective on our own struggles and challenges by helping us find the strength to keep going. And that's all that we can hope for as individuals.